Hello everyone and welcome to Stefan's podcast, the only podcast for everything Japanese news and what's going on in the big wide world. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. We have got some great news stories for you, so let's jump straight into it. The first news story is about a monk who's got up to some mischief. Let me tell you that. This monk is a creep. So he has been fired from his temple for grabbing 14 female high school students by the butt. Yes, he's grabbing all of their butts. Everyone's butt was there. He was grabbing and grabbing and grabbing, and he has now been kicked out of the temple, and I hope he burns in hell. Let me tell you that. He worked in Ehiji Temple, which I'm not sure which prefect that is in, but it's one of Japan's sort of most popular temples. Very, very popular, and you can do like high school stays in it. They were staying overnight, these students, and he just went absolutely crazy. So gross. I hope he meets his maker when time comes. I still can't work out what prefecture is it in. It is in somewhere up north. Fukuji Prefecture. I've never been to Fukuji Prefecture. I never will go to Fukuji Prefecture. The only good thing is they've kicked out this monk. The funny thing is he wasn't even like a full-time monk. He was a trainee monk. So he must be one of the first persons to ever be kicked out of the monkhood for doing something as egregious as this. I mean, to not even make it into a full monk, well, that is when you give up in life. You can't even become a monk. I don't know how you do that. Jeez. Oh my god. Crazy. But there we go. Our next news story for you coming out of Japan is about a mobile battery on the Shinkansen. Now, mobile batteries are becoming a bit more scrutinized recently. In planes, they're getting a lot more difficult to carry with. Japan have recently put in new rules, I think, for it. Most people won't be affected. Normally, you're fine as long as you don't bring in a massive battery power. But on a Shinkansen recently, one of these mobile batteries caught on fire inside one of the seat pockets. Now, luckily, no one was harmed, and even I don't think this caused any delay to the train. Amazing, only in Japan would this sort of thing happen. But no one was injured. The train carried on as normal, and they just did that. But these mobile batteries, you have got to watch them because they can be a little bit dangerous. So just be a little bit careful with them. And for example, my mum and dad recently said about, maybe we should leave a mobile battery just inside our car, and then whenever there's like a problem, we have it in the car. And I was like, do not leave a mobile battery inside your car in summer, because that heat hitting that mobile battery, oh baby, that is a recipe for disaster. And then they thought about it and went, oh yeah, actually you're right. And this is one of them. Funny enough, recently I went to a store in Osaka. I went to Anchor store. Anchor? Is it Anchor? Anchor. They sell loads of mobile batteries. They sell a load of cables, a load of electricity stuff, a load of portable chargers. And I was looking at getting a pretty large portable charger for me, and not only for a product. So I have a Canon CP1500 printer, and what you can do is you can connect those up to a portable charger if it's big enough, and you can run it just off that. So I was thinking, okay, should I do this instead of buying one of their batteries? And then I was asking them if I go on a flight, can I take this? And he was like, yeah, in Japan, you can. And then I was like, okay, what about in America? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And then also I was like, okay, what about Europe? And I was like, you really don't know? And I was like, I'm pretty sure chances are this battery is probably banned, and you're just saying that you don't know. And then I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure it was banned in Europe. So just be careful with portable chargers traveling around. They do get banned in some places, and they're expensive as well, some of the nicer ones. So portable chargers in Japan, be careful, don't be setting any fires. I mean, that goes for anywhere globally. Don't set any fires with them. They're not your friends, portable chargers. They certainly are not. But our next news story coming out of the old Nihon is about school lunches. So everywhere in Japan, they have school kushoku, which is the school lunches which all the students eat from elementary school up to junior high school. I don't think they have them in high schools from what I've heard. But anyway, up to sort of 15, they have these set lunches. And sometimes they can be really nice. Sometimes they can be really bad. There is a little bit of a lottery with them. And in Fukuoka Prefecture, there's been a load of complaints about one course that came out. So what it was for their school lunch was a bit of rice, miso soup, and just one hunk of fried chicken. And it doesn't look very appetizing, let me tell you that. And this has been big throughout Fukuoka, the news about it, saying that this isn't good enough, we need better food for them. And what they're blaming is staff shortages inside the Kyushoku, where they make the Kyushoku place, which is funny enough, these staff shortages have affected Tsushima, because there was a couple of times when I lived in the north where for like a week, 2 weeks, there was no Kyushoku for any of the students because they didn't have any staff who could make them, because they just couldn't find anyone, especially in the north of Tsushima. I mean, who would want to move to Tsushima to do this job? It's a very, very, very odd job, and there's probably not particularly good paying, and you're living in a very remote place, which is expensive to get off to. So I kind of understood it. I don't actually eat the school kushoku anymore. I did it for diet reasons. I was finding that on some of the days that I would just be exhausted after them, and I was trying to lose some weight. So the days that would, and these would kill me, were Tuesdays and I think Thursdays, because Tuesdays and Thursdays for us was normally like a pasta day. So you'd end up having pasta and bread. So it'd be like spaghetti or something, and then a big roll. And oh man, after it in fifth period, I'll be falling asleep because I've had such a carb overload, and I couldn't do it. And some of the dishes I didn't particularly enjoy as well, as one of the reasons. But I did lose some weight from not having them. This is the thing. This food is designed for children. Children who are doing PE, children who are studying a lot, and children who, by the way, the thing about the kushoku, which everyone forgets, these were designed after World War II so that none of the Japanese kids went hungry. So these meals are designed to be like a staple of your meal. So you're meant to get most of your nutrition from it, and if your family are poor, then you basically don't starve. This is the point of kushoku, basically, so that the Japanese children didn't starve back in the day after World War II. But that is no longer the case, and I'm just not doing as much sport as they were. So I was like, you know what, easy thing to do, let's knock this on the head. And as a teacher, you will find that you get given loads of leftovers. If there's people who are sick, then you will get stacks and stacks of food. When I did enjoy eating kushoku, it was curry and rice day, and that was awesome, the best day ever. And we had like a flu epidemic going around in my school, so like the whole school was out. There was only like 3 or 4 students out of 20 in this classroom, so we just had this giant, giant thing of curry and rice that was made for 20 people, and we were like, okay, let's tuck into this. And I remember having like doubles helpings. I remember one of the kids, bless him, his plate, I mean, it was like stacked up to here, and I was like, all right, you go for it, dude, you do it. It's funny, sometimes when you see the kids' rice bowl, it literally can get up to like there if if someone isn't in. And in the UK, people would be like, whoa, there's too much food, stop. But they don't want to waste any of the food, so they don't want to send it back. So teachers will literally be like encouraging the kids to like wolf down as much rice as they can, and you will get rice bowls up to there. Very, 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 very funny. Honestly, I wish I could take pictures some days at school just to show like how big some of these meals get if there's like a sickness going out in the schools. It's very, very, very funny. Kushoku is an odd thing, very, very odd. We would never have the rules that they have in the UK from it. It's so different. Some of them are good. You know, I think it's good teaching the kids, like, don't waste food, try and eat it all, and everyone eats the same thing, which is very good. It makes it easier when you go out to meals with everyone, that everyone eats the same and they're all good. But yeah, I think Kyushoku has got a very good reputation, which in reality it doesn't always live up to, and this is one of those times where it hasn't lived up to them. You know, hey, the kids are not starving. That's all I'm that's all I'm gonna say. But even this, you know, rice and fried chicken and miso soup and milk, not overly healthy, which Japan touts their kushoku as being these uber nutritious meals that have a nutritionist who make them, and they make a big deal out of it. I'll tell you this, Japan's marketing around kushoku is some of the best marketing in the world, because everyone thinks that they are this wonder food and the dishes are fantastic, and it's like, yeah, they're good on days, and then other days they're a bit meh. But there we go. That's my Kushoku thing. I think it does exactly what it's meant to do. Stop kids from starving. Stop kids from starving, which is what it was designed to do back in the 50s and 60s. Some days it is very good, and you do get to eat some nutritious things and different things in the Kushoku, which probably most people would find weird. In Tsushima, I have eaten from our school lunches, we've had wild boar, we've had wild deer in it, and I believe we might have had whale. There's been loads of like interesting fish that they've put into it, which has been cool. Like if there's been a big catch of, I don't know, some special fish, it will be in the Kushoku. You'll randomly get different fruits from different prefectures, and very possibly you might have eaten whale inside of it because we're from Nagasaki. Not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me, because I do eat whale every now and again here in Tsushima, because it's on menus all over them places, especially in sushi places you can get it. And it's kind of just normal here. It's not such a big deal as it is in the UK or the US. And pretty good. I like it. But there we go. That is going to be the end of the podcast for today. That's everything I've got. Not many news stories today because it's the weekend. I shall see you in the next video. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day and rest of your week, and enjoy the lovely weather that we're having. Goodbye.